and you're thinking about launching a Facebook group in order to get leads in your business, well, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you some secrets that you need to do before you start your Facebook group. So stop, don't start it today. You have to watch this video. Hi, my name is Griffin. I'm a top-selling real estate agent. I'm also a real estate coach, and I help real estate agents and business owners start Facebook groups to get leads into their business that turn into sales. And the other day, I was at a real estate conference, and someone had come up to me and said, "Hey, I heard you speaking on XYZ podcast. I loved the episode. And you said I have to start a Facebook group because that's the lead generation pillar in your business and helped you get $22 million a year in sales consistently for your business." And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, I want to start a Facebook group today. What do I need to know? Let's do this." And I don't know why I need to start, but I'm going to do it. So let's just rewind a little bit. So if you've heard me talk about it, yes, it is the main pillar of business, main lead generation pillar in my business. And it has helped me generate $20 to $22 million a year consistently in sales. And it's helped me be a top real estate agent, not only in my area, but in my brokerage. So why do you need a Facebook group? Let's first stop and start there. Facebook groups are something that you will own. It is your lead generation pillar. So if you're buying Zillow or any of those other online leads and they change their system or they pull the rug out from under you or they charge all of a sudden, 500% of what they were charging before, your business will be impacted. But with a Facebook group, that's not going to happen. It's free. So there's never going to be a change in the monthly cost. They're never going to change the program. They're never going to change how many leads you're getting. If you switch brokerages, they're not going to be able to take that from you. This is something that you own. So it's very important to have this, as well as a few other pillars in your business. I don't say put all your eggs in one basket. I would say probably 80% of my business is in this one basket, but that's okay. It's the way that I generate new leads into my business. So the first place to start, in my opinion, is with any lead source that you're going to add to your business or pillar lead generation tool. You need to first look at your business holistically. You need to take a look at your business. Are there other lead generation pillars in your business that you're not putting 100% effort into? And maybe you can let those go so that way you can make room for another one. I really believe in a real estate business, you need 3 to 4 lead generation pillars. So if you already are doing open houses and you're successful at that, then keep that in there. If you're already touching and loving on your past clients, which you should always be doing, that should always be a lead generation pillar. Keep that one. But if you're finding that you're spending a ton of money on online leads and you just don't have the capacity right now to be spending that type of spend every month, then that might be something that you'd want to give away and implement a Facebook group into it. Or maybe you're door knocking or calling FSBOs and expireds or, other lead generation tools. So really look at them and say, hey, is there something I can give away to put more effort into this? This is not going to be a 5-minute a week lead generation pillar, right? So think about what you're spending now on the lead generation pillar that you want to replace this with and go, okay, I'm already spending so many hours. Let's take that same effort for the next 6 months and really ramp this up. So you really need to look at your business and see where this is going to fit in. If you don't have the capacity to add another thing to your business right now, that's okay. Take this education and just keep in the back of your mind. And maybe next year it's something that you want to implement when you're doing your business planning in November, December, like we like to do. If you feel like this is something that you want to implement in your business, in my Facebook group course, there is a link down below. We talk about all these next steps in our first lesson plan. So if you want to listen to me now, you have a jump start through the first lesson plan and you can kind of fast forward through that and get kicked off a little sooner. But you really need to think about what is the purpose of this group? Who are you serving? Where are you serving? And you really need to kind of think about that and really decide where you're going with this, right? And the best way I can kind of give you an analogy for this is you really need to understand who you're going to serve, right? Let's just say you were going to start a group on cooking, right? And you were going to do all desserts and it's going to be a dessert cooking class. But then when you get into it, you're like, never mind, I'm going to do side dishes, only side dishes. And you set this up and you've started this process for teaching about desserts. And then all of a sudden you get all these people and then you switch the program. Not really the best idea. So if you do the work ahead of time and really hone in on what you want to do, you can then be better at implementing it and not have all these switches and changes. Now, obviously, there are going to be some ways that you may want to improve your group later or expand it or change it. That's okay. But you really want to hone in now on what you want to do. It's the same with the name. You want to hone in on a name now and kind of stick with it and make sure that it's going to work. You want to hone in on your branding and your messaging. Those things are super critical in your Facebook group. It's a whole nother almost business, and you need to treat it as such. So you're going to need to come up with its own branding, its own name, its ICA. Who are you serving? And hopefully that will mirror your real estate business, because it will make your marketing and your content creation 100% easier, because you're creating one collateral piece that you can use across your social media, but also in your Facebook group. So really kind of look at who is the ICA that you love to work with, and really use that as the starting off point for your Facebook group. But you also need to sit down and almost do like a business plan, right? So when we all started our business, hopefully we all did a business plan. It's kind of the same way for your Facebook group. You're going to set up a business plan. What's the name? What's the branding? What's the point of the group? What's the theme? How often am I going to post content? What are going to be my KPIs or my metrics? Is how many people am I going to have conversations with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? How many leads am I going to want to generate from this business? How much time am I going to want to put into nurturing these leads? Do I need to hire admin staff to help me? How much time per month do I need to put towards my touch plan, which I teach in my course, that you have to have a touch plan. You can't just post and ghost, or never be in your group, or have a 6-month break in your group and then all of a sudden try to jump back in and try to revive it. You have to have a plan ahead of time, and you have to stick with that content plan. You also have to have a plan for growth and a plan for budgeting of how much am I going to put towards my group? Am I going to have contests? Am I going to have events? Am I going to have administrative costs? Do I have to have an email service provider that's maybe different from the one that my brokerage is? Do I need to pay for any additional tools for the Facebook group in order to run? We talk a lot about tools and things in my Facebook group course to make your job easier. And when you need to leverage a little bit of help, because who doesn't like a little bit of help once in a while in our business? And so these are all the things that you really need to sit down and think about. Because if you're like, I only have 5, maybe 30 minutes a week to put towards this Facebook group, and especially when you're in the first 6 months to a year, that's really not going to be enough time. But if you came to me and said, I've got an hour a day or so that I can dedicate towards this, that's a perfect amount of time. That's how I spend now, about 15 to 30 minutes a day in my group. It kind of runs itself now. And then I'm just dealing with the leads that are coming in and kind of nurturing people along the way. So I don't spend as much time, and I'm not really in a big growth mode. I still get a few hundred people per month that want to join. Obviously I have to weed out a bunch of spammers or men or people that don't fit and that are not my ICA, but it does take a little bit of time, and you need to be honest with yourself. Do you have the time? Do you have the budget? Do you want to do this? That is another big one. Is this something that you can see yourself doing long term? Like with any lead generation tool, you're going to need to stick with it for the long haul. This is not, let's start it for 3 months, and then shiny penny, let's go do something else, right? Because who can relate? I know I can. I'm totally guilty of that in my business. I've done it a couple of times. And I will tell you, the shiny penny syndrome, I think, is one of the biggest things that is the downfall to most real estate agents, is that we see this new thing that this other agent's doing, we have to go do it. Try to block that out and just say, I'm going to commit to 1 year, or I'm going to commit to 2 years, and this is what it's going to be. Because I will tell you, if you commit to it and you put in the work and you put in the effort, in the long run, it'll pay its dividends. My group now generates between $20 to $22 million a year in sales. And for me, that's my capacity. I will refer out things if I don't have enough time and it's not within my bandwidth. Because I have kids. And so sometimes I want to be the soccer mom that's doing the travel soccer, or my daughter does cooking or writing club. I want to be there for those things, or volunteering at the school, or date nights with my husband. Every once in a while, we're not going to kid things. So you really have to commit to it. So definitely want to first identify your ICA. Is this a lead generation pillar you want to add to your business? What's the branding and the name going to be? And set out a business plan, just like you would have in any other business. If you're thinking about starting a Facebook group and you want me to hold your hand through the process and help you get to the success that I have had in my group, then down below I've got a link to my Facebook group course that has everything that I have. I've taken everything that I've learned over the years, even the mistakes, and translated it into a course with templates and swipe guides that'll help you be successful with your Facebook group. If you have any questions about if Facebook group is the right tool for your business as a lead generation pillar, my contact information is below, and I'm happy to set up a time for a call just to see if that is something that might fit in your business.